Hi everyone, I'm here to discuss with you on blood pressure. But before I start, what is blood? Blood is that fluid that carries oxygen and nutrients to the body and takes away carbon dioxide and waste products. Now speaking of blood pressure is that force that is required for your blood to be pushed against the walls of the arteries as the heart pumps blood throughout the body. Now, blood pressure is divided into two, which we have systolic and diastolic. We have normal range of blood pressure, which is from 100 to 120 over 60 to 80. You can see that in fraction, which you have the numerator and the denominator. The numerator is that systolic blood pressure, and the denominator is the diastolic blood pressure. So I just played the normal blood pressure. So you should know that if there is anything normal, they should be abnormal and they should be beyond normal. So the beyond normal blood pressure is what we call hypertension. Hypertension is when the blood pressure is higher than normal, which should be above 120. So if someone's blood pressure is above 120, you should know it is hypertensive. Then if it is below 100, you should know it is hypotensive. That is, hypotension is when the blood pressure is lower than normal range. We not only have hypertension and hypotension, because there are cases whereby the blood pressure, the systolic can be high and the diastolic can be low. When you have such case, when the systolic is high and the diastolic is low, we call that one isolated systolic hypertension. For example, you have 160 over 70. In this case, you can see that 160 is high and 70 is low, because I just stated that the normal range is from 100 to 120 and over 60 to 80. So you see 70 is normal based on the diastolic, but 160 is high. So you call it isolated systolic hypertension. We also have isolated diastolic hypertension. This actually means that the diastolic is high, but the systolic is normal. For example, you have 120 over 100. You can see that over 100 is high, being the diastolic, but the 120 is not normal. Also, we have isolated systolic hypotension. In this case, the systolic is hypo, that is, it's lower than the normal range. For example, you have 80 over 60. 80 being the systolic range is low, is lower than the normal. So that's why we call it isolated systolic hypotension. Lastly, we have isolated diastolic hypotension. In this case, the diastolic range is hypotensive, that it is lower than the normal range. So for example, you have 100 over 50. You can see that 50 there, being the diastolic, it is hypotensive. When a person has high blood pressure, the person just go to the pharmacy and start prescribing drugs. You must meet with your doctor. The doctor is going to examine you, find out the kind of hypertension you have or hypotension before we're giving you treatment plan. For example, a woman was seated at her shop. Then she assessed a man that was walking around checking people's blood pressure. The man checked her blood pressure and it turned out to be hypotensive. The man advised the woman, add salt into water, drink it morning, afternoon, night, that the blood pressure is going to move from hypo to normal range. So what am I trying to say in this story now? The advice that the man gave to the woman is non-valid based on a doctor's suggestion, because what if the woman keep taking this prescription that the man gave and the blood pressure moved from hypo to hyper? In a situation like this, the woman was supposed to meet with a doctor. The doctor will advise her on what to do, things that are going to help to make the blood pressure to return back to normal. Although the reason why the man told her that, knowing fully well that add excess salt will increase blood pressure. So I believe that is why the man advised her to add salt in water and take it morning, afternoon, night as a prescription. When a person continues with this, it's likely to damage other parts in her body, bring other future abnormalities in her. So in a case like this, please, I'm advising everyone, when you check your blood pressure and you find any error in it, be it that it's hypertensive or hypotensive, the best thing to do is meet with a doctor. He's going to give you the best advice that is suitable for you. Thank you.